These are the best neighborhoods in Southlake, Texas from $1 million to $1.5 million. If you're looking for a newer home, say built after 2010, and you don't want to spend $3 to $5 million in Southlake, Texas, then this first community is just for you, and it may be your only choice. There are a few exceptions of some small neighborhoods or pockets of homes built on lots that are newer than 2010, but other than that, this is it. All the neighborhoods on this list have a clubhouse, walking trails, a community pool, with the exception of this first one does not have a clubhouse, but the rest do. And many of these neighborhoods have tennis courts, pickleball courts, basketball, and more. This is a master planned community built for both families. There are many young families here in this neighborhood, as well as empty nesters. This neighborhood is called Carillon. Now, the section of Carillon that is between 1 and 1.5 million, most of those homes are in the villas section. Now, when you hear villa, don't think of a real small villa, okay? Think of about 3,500 square feet. These homes have 4 or 5 bedrooms. The backyards are a little smaller, which is why many empty nesters love the villa section of Carillon, but also maybe starting families. The remaining neighborhoods in this list are on average built in 1993. So you can see why this is kind of a big to-do for under 1.5 in Southlake. The median age of a home in Carillon is 2015. On occasion, you can find a home under 1.5 in Carillon that is not in the villas section. And if you see that, snatch it up because it's great. Now, what's interesting about Carillon is the home builders were Meritage and K. Hovnanian, with some Southlake custom builders in the neighborhood as well, like John Atwood, Patrick Holmes, and some others in the local area. But I was kind of shocked to see that many of these homes, the really nice big ones, are K. Hovnanian. Shocker, I know. So if you're shopping for a home in Southlake and the builder is important to you, just let me know and I can look the builder up most of the time. All right, so for the rest of these neighborhoods, the median age is 1995, but don't let that scare you because these neighborhoods are beautiful in Southlake. By the way, if you're new to the channel, my name is Dana Pollard. I am a broker in Southlake, Texas, and I've been selling Southlake and the neighboring cities for over 16 years now. So if you're looking for a Southlake expert, I would be so happy to help. To get started, all you have to do is fill out the Dream Home questionnaire in the link below, or feel free to call or email me right here. Next up is a neighborhood that has larger, about half-acre lots. And so I love as you drive into the entrance of this neighborhood, it has a beautiful water feature. You have pickleball courts, playground, pool, of course, and the lakes in the neighborhood, which I think they're really ponds, but there are some beautiful lakes as you drive through. So it just adds this warm feel as you're driving through the neighborhood. And this is Southridge Lakes. Now, Southridge Lakes, interesting enough, it is still selling. This is the last quarter of the year of 2024. It's still selling at 99% of the list price. So just know that it looks like homeowners are listing appropriately as far as pricing, and they go rather quick even though it's been a slower market. Now we're going to go across the street, across from Southlake Boulevard, 1709, we call it as well. And this neighborhood's beautiful as well, with lakes all throughout, and it's called Stone Lakes. These subdivisions were all developing at about the same time, and so their amenities are similar, but I do love this neighborhood. Again, you're driving through, it's beautiful. Little side note, most of these neighborhoods that were built in the early 90s, most of the homes have all red brick. Not all of them, but many of them. Just know that if that is a deal killer for you, you can get a quote on, you could paint the brick, or you could do lime wash. We did lime wash on one of our homes and I loved the result. Paint is longer lasting, but lime wash breathes a little easier. That's a side note. Again, ask me if you have any more questions about that, but just know that you can make the exterior look very pretty if red brick is not your preference. These homes sit on about 1/3 acre lots, and like the other neighborhood, they have trails, they have tennis courts, community pool, all of the whistles that a neighborhood should have if you're looking for a master planned community. Now, if you want to travel next door to the neighborhood right down the street, this neighborhood, what I love about it is, okay, all of these neighborhoods have trails, but this one just felt a little more, what's the word, like you're hiking in the woods, because you just see the canopy of trees above you as you're walking through. It's just gorgeous. If you love nature, I really like this neighborhood. Timberlake also sits on home sites at about a 1/3 acre. Most of the homes have pools. Again, you're gonna find many red brick homes and a few extra in there that are not red brick. You may have to update some of the homes, most likely you will, but this is a beautiful, beautiful neighborhood if you have dogs, if you wanna walk along the trails. Great neighborhood for $1 to $1.5 million homes. Next up, we can't ignore this neighborhood because it's a very large master plan community in Southlake, Texas, and this neighborhood is Timarron. Timarron has the most amenities, trails, the golf course, a clubhouse, you have tennis courts, pickleball courts, basketball, volleyball, all the amenities that you want in a neighborhood, Timarron has it. And there are many homes that are available, even you can sometimes find them under $1 million, but 1 to 1.5. They do go on up past 1.2 million, so it's just a vast, lovely neighborhood. Next up is a much smaller neighborhood, but they still managed to fit a community pool in, although every home that popped up on the MLS that sold in the last 3 years, every single one had a pool. So I don't know who's using that community pool unless you want to have a big pool party out there. There's also basketball courts. It's a smaller but cute community, and this is called Versailles. The homes are a little bit newer with the median age at 1999, so shave off 5 to 10 years and that's a good thing. And it's right across the street of Southlake Boulevard from the Southlake Town Square. So the location is wonderful. Again, my name is Dana Pollard, and if you are looking for a real estate broker to help you buy a home in Texas or in Southlake or these neighboring cities, please fill out the Dream Home Questionnaire in the link below and I'd be happy to help.